Good morning, everybody. Renfail here, and today I want to talk about the accessibility options in Dragon Age Veilguard because bioware has really done something unique. Lots of games provide accessibility options for players, which is a good thing, but I don't think I've ever played a game that has as much player agency as Dragon Age Veilguard has in terms of allowing so many different people the options to play the game how they want. And I think that that's quite possibly, to me, the best part of this game. I love the story. I'm having a great time with the gameplay itself. But the accessibility options here, I think, are things that other companies are going to be looking at and saying, okay, we need to do that because it is brilliant what they've done. And I love the fact that the blog post that BioWare dropped on the first day of this game coming out literally was all about focusing on how you could not just go in and like change all of the elements that are on screen to completely customize the visual gameplay that you're going to have, but also all the different things that you can explore here. So we're going to go through these options, and I think the most important thing here is to understand that this is about creating player agency and giving everybody the opportunity to play the game that they want to have, which just makes the game better for everyone. So some of this stuff is typical that you've seen in another game. You've got your different camera effects. Those aren't really what we're talking about here. Different audio effects. These are obviously, things that we've seen before in other games. These are all, traditional stuff. But this is where we get into, you know, the customization of your controller bindings, which a lot of games don't allow you to do, because you can come in here and completely customize uh, what you're doing on the controller, which a lot of games do not allow you to rebind. They might provide you with a controller scheme or two, but not every game lets you completely change everything here, which is pretty awesome. You can also go in here and look at the existing controller mapping. That's cool. But the gameplay options are where things really get crazy. So, at the top, you have your combat presets, and you can go through and you can change all the things that you would traditionally change in a video game. Matter of fact, let me turn my head off so that you don't have to see me and we can completely see all the stuff here. Um, so your combat presets, you've got your base difficulty all the way up to nightmare difficulty. But aim assist, that's cool. But this right here, this is the one I really want to focus on. Prevent death. When enabled, the player cannot die, can only be enabled on the storyteller combat preset mode. I saw a person on TikTok a couple days ago. She was crying with joy because she was able to play a video game for the first time as someone who is handicapped, disabled. I'm not sure the correct terminology to use there, so I apologize if I am not using the correct terminology. But she was weeping with joy because she was finally able to play a video game that didn't punish her for not being able to push the buttons fast enough or in the right combination or be precise enough. And it was absolutely breathtaking to witness. And that's what I really want to talk about here is going into these advanced combat options here and looking at all of these different ways that you can change things. I personally am playing on normal mode, but I took the combat timing and turned it down because I do not have good precision timing. I don't have great reactions anymore. I'm an older gentleman and my reaction times just suck. So being able to adjust that has been very, very useful. Um, uh, Obviously going in here and looking at other things like having the wayfinding options to where you can have these how you want, how far away you can see things. Do you want to turn those off completely so that you're completely immersed in the game world? You can totally do that. But this one right here, the prevent death mode, is one of the coolest things I've ever seen because most games will allow you to have varying degrees of difficulty and they will have a story mode for you to play through. But to be able to completely prevent death and have a god mode is just absolutely amazing to be able to create that entirely customizable experience for the player, regardless of how good they might be at pushing buttons. And beyond that, we can get into the interface stuff because this is another area where you can completely change everything that you're seeing on the screen. So as an example, I play with everything on. So, we can bring up textual menus, we can bring up these menus. I like to have everything on the screen. Other players don't. Other players don't want, and we've seen like the ability to turn off the mini map before in games like Red Dead Redemption 2 or Assassin's Creed Odyssey as an example. So that's cool. But you can go through here and always, you can turn off tracker visibilities, turn off your mini map. This was a big deal for me, being able to lock the mini map rotation. I love it when games provide me with the option to not turn the mini map, so I always have it so that north is to the top. That way, it does start changing with me, so then it makes it easier for me to navigate. You can also change where the mini map is placed. You could turn your combat text on or off. Actually, turn that off. I hadn't even considered turning that off. We're going to definitely turn that off for me. Um, and then that turns all the other options off. But then you can also do health percentages. You can have player health be contextual or otherwise. There's ability wheel is like stick selection or alternate. So you can use, if you want your ability wheel going up for there, activation is to hold, or if you just want to, um, I didn't even see this before. Hold up. Wait a minute. I'm going to try something here. I hadn't even gone in here and seen that before. Give me 2 seconds here because now, normally when I open up this menu, that just changed my game, guys. Okay, I got to turn my camera on back for a second, guys. I did not know. I was talking about this the other day in a video, and I said, wouldn't it be cool if we could completely pause the game? Like, just completely pause it and now be hands off. I did not know you could do this, and now I need to make a video about this entirely. I need to make a video about that option right there. That in and of itself is a big deal. So, previously, the way it worked is you would have to hold down this button and keep it held down to bring up that menu. And now I can just toggle it. And this allows me to completely pause the gameplay, put the controller down, sit back, talk with the community, strategize a little bit more, and then break it down from here. I did not know you could do that. So in the middle of me making this video, I just learned something new. And I changed it to the right thumbstick now so that I can do this with the right thumbstick as opposed to the left thumbstick. That's a big deal because it saves my left thumb, because my left thumb is always getting tired because that's the one you use to move and everything. So thumb fatigue. This just allowed me, and I've talked a lot about this. One of the reasons I love to play with controllers because I have massive issues with tendonitis in my left wrist and I can't do WASD stuff anymore for long periods of time. But even games like this, I get thumb fatigue from long periods of always using the left thumbstick for everything. So to be able to move this to the right thumbstick, that's huge, guys. Oh my God. Um, Quick commercial break, everyone, to celebrate and give thanks to all of these amazing people who keep me on the air full time. Really appreciate the support. All you got to do is join as a member. You get access to private videos. You can also do super thanks on any upload or super chats and stickers on any live stream or premiere you see. And beyond that, don't forget we're multi-streaming over on Twitch now, so you can support over there as well. Thanks so much to everybody. Let's get back to the video at hand. Hang on, I'm going back into the interface now. I did not know you could do. This is what I'm talking about, though, guys. Like the amount of things you can customize in this game, and the total player agency that BioWare has provided us with is absolutely key. Anyway, there's a lot of stuff in here that you can customize. There's also the accessibility options, which are related to, do you have color vision deficiency things? Do you want to adjust that? You can disable the UI hold inputs, change the text size, enable accessibility sound effects that you're getting narration for things, enable low screen health effects, obviously subtitle visibility, which I keep on because I like people being able to read the text while we're playing in case the volume isn't perfect for them, and then all the controller vibrations and everything else that you can go through here. Just so many options for people to customize their experience here, and that is key. So I would just like to say, from a development standpoint, BioWare has done an absolutely phenomenal job at creating player agency with their accessibility and customization options, and it's a win. This is absolutely phenomenal. And seeing somebody on social media get such joy out of finally being able to play a game where they weren't punished for not being able to press buttons fast enough was honestly, I got so emotional watching her get emotional that it was like, this is why we play video games, guys, to have fun and to feel that sense of enjoyment. That's my take on it. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Daily streams at 8, 9 a.m. in the morning Central Time. We'll see you in the next one. I do play a lot of games daily, YouTube and Twitch. Stay safe out there. Be nice to each other. Happy gaming.